It's time for local high school football. Hometown Sports. Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Alpha Technology and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Valley Strong Credit Union, and 5-0 Driving School.
And good evening and welcome to week 10 of our 39th season of Hometown Sports. I'm Greg Kerr alongside Emily Lawson, the show directed by Octavio Flores, and here we go. Just ahead, the only one-hour show highlighting the best of the best in high school football. The most games, most comprehensive highlights, post-game interviews, and more. And tonight we'll take you to 15 different games, including youth football, and as always, the BC Renegades.
Plus our usual collection of awards, Players of the Week, Athlete of the Week, Game-Saving Play, Exciting Play, Hits of the Week, and of course our Scholar of the Week.
There you go, smart people in the room. Before we begin, our sponsors, Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, celebrating over 50 years in Kern County, located in the Bakersfield Auto Mall. Valley Strong Credit Union, financial independence starts here. Open a Valley Strong Youth account today. Little Caesars Pizza, the best pizza value in Bakersfield with 15 locations. 5-0 Driving School, owned and operated by first responders, and Alpha Technologies, keeping you protected and connected.
And Greg, we want to recognize our longtime sponsors, segment sponsors as well. They are Raymond's Trophies and Awards. It's not just a trophy, it's a memory. Golden Empire Youth Tackle Football and Cheer, Competitive Excellence. Brimhall Dental Group, committed to providing quality dental care to you and your family.
And we have more. Accelerated Urgent Care, feel faster, better from anywhere. Stockdale Podiatry Group, we treat your feet. A new sponsor on board, Greg's Petroleum Service, your dependable partner for fuel and lubricants. And of course, also Mathers Brothers Ice and Water right here, keeping Bakersfield hydrated. Now let's talk a little bit about the hats that are in the front row. Rivals Shafter and Wasco. We need a new Wasco hat, by the way. But anyway, they are going to go at each other for the South Sequoia League title next week. North meets West. Where are they? On that side? Yeah, North meets West. Mountain League title riding on the outcome there. Same story over here for Foothill and Golden Valley in the Horizon League. BCHS, of course, remains the king of the Valley League. Frontier has the inside track to a River League championship. It is week 10, and we thank you for joining us.
Well, the stage is set. A BCHS win on the road at Independence would crown the Eagles as Valley League champions, a title they are familiar with. But the Falcons are undefeated in league play, and they aren't going down without a fight. The captains meet center field as the Eagles visit the Falcons, looking to extend that perfect record. In the first, Eagles on the board 3-0 thanks to a 40-yard field goal by Cohen Peters. Independence driving, Falcons on the run, but the ball pops out, and John Heath with the fumble recovery. That sets up this connection here. Lincoln Adame, he's got time. He goes deep to Michael Smith. A big touchdown for BCHS, and it's 10-0 Eagles. Late first quarter, Eagles driving again. Adame again finds Mike Smith. Another huge touchdown connection for the duo, and just like that, it's 17-0 Eagles. Finish out that first quarter. Later,
He was sort of open on that.
just a little. Late second quarter. The Eagles aren't slowing down. Lincoln Adame this time with a short pass to Michael Smith. He turns on the Jets. 62-yard touchdown for the Eagles. And third touchdown of the game by Adame to Smith. Makes it 24-0 BCHS. And that is your score at the half. Now to the second half. The Eagles looking to stack on some more. But this one is stripped out of the hands of the Eagles receiver and picked off by Bryson Gutierrez. Thanks to that big turnover there, the Falcons find themselves in the red zone. Ricky Johnson gets the handoff, and Independence is on the board. They go for two. It's good. Makes it 24-8. Now in the fourth quarter, this one is up. And this time, it is Jeffrey Smith. He jumps the route and gets the interception. Another turnover, and the Falcons have another opportunity to score. Gunter Gola pitches this one to Ricky Johnson. He cuts inside and finds his way into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Falcons. It's now 24-14 BCHS with 2 minutes remaining, but that would be it as the Eagles remain undefeated and become Valley League champs for the 9th time in a row with a 24-14 final in Friday's game. But for Coach Darren Carr and his Eagles, this is only the beginning.
It's a stepping stone, right? So you set out and you have a couple goals for your team, right? And this is one of them, right? So anytime you mark off a goal, it's great. You check the box. But that was a tough football team, and we got to get better.
Honestly, I think kind of winning league is the standard for us. So we come into the league expecting that outcome, so I don't think it's that much exciting for us. You know, league, Valley, obviously those are great things, but we know what we're set for and we know what it takes to get there.
Lincoln Adame to Mike Smith, an amazing combination all night long. Darion Page adding some punch to the ground game. Ricky Johnson leading a big game on the ground for the Falcons, including quarterback Gunter Gola and Ja'Kai Arvin. Next week, BCHS will host Garces Independence at BHS.
Well, that BCHS win means ending any chance that BHS could claim a share of the Valley League title. But the Drillers with a lot to play for this week, as next week the playoff seedings will soon be determined. The Drillers traveling to Ridgeview for senior night. And don't let the final score fool you. Nathan Claunch and his Wolfpack brought their senior night best. There was a lot to be proud of. As we mentioned, senior night at Ridgeview. And here we go as the Pack take the field and try to get things going. BHS without quarterback Elijah Cavazos, out with a sprained MCL, expected to be back for round one of the playoffs. That's good news. First quarter, no score. Drillers with a very uneven performance. Elon Mackey rolling out, finding R.J. Sheehy, but the touchdown was called back due to holding. They had a couple of those. The Drillers were forced to punt, and then the defense stepped up. Early statement, Morgan Reynolds and friends with the tackle in the backfield. Moments later, Zach Wheeler fills the hole. So the defense was staunch for a while. Later first quarter, no score. Demir Lomax, look at the hole. Holy moly. He goes right through it, in for the score. And as I heard them say, oh, look at the celly. That's what they were saying. That's not me. 7-0 in favor of BHS. Second quarter, Drillers on the move. Ball is loose into the arms of Diego Herrera. And so the Pack get the ball, and they go down to the goal line. E.J. Ellis-Moya goes in, reaching over, touchdown. They missed the extra point, but it is 7-6. Drillers' next possession. Ball on the ground again. They recover, but I don't think I saw Rashawn Sheehy smile all night long. Moments later, Elon Mackey rolling out finds Caden Hastings in the end zone. 14-6, BHS at the half. And if you ever wonder what the backside of a celebration looked like, there it is. There's the band, the backside of it. Third quarter, Pack backed up to their own 11. Rob Smith, a dart to a wide-open Mekhi White. How about 89 yards for the score? It is 14-12. But moments later, the Drillers facing second and long. Watch this pass, and B.J. Vesey puts a foot in the ground. Oh, my goodness. See you later. Got to the outside. 21-12, Drillers on top. The ensuing kickoff. It did not go well for the Wolfpack on this one, as the ball would eventually be on the ground, as you see right there. Recovered by Jack Dunlap. And BHS back in command. A few plays later, Demir Lomax bounced into the outside. His second touchdown of the game, 28-12. Fourth quarter, Elon Mackey swing pass to R.J. Sheehy, but the Drillers plagued by penalties and miscue. This is their third touchdown called back. Driller defense, though, puts it on ice. Jeremy Millette doing what he does, sacking the quarterback. Drillers win 35-12. Big night for Demir Lomax. Pack defense forced 6 fumbles. Next up, the Drillers host Independence. Ridgeview is at Highland.
Now we head to Mountain League action. It's North on the road taking on their crosstown rivals, the South Spartans. The Stars are looking to stay perfect in league play and take one more step towards calling themselves Mountain League champions. South hosting North as the crosstown rivals duel it out. Early first quarter, North up 8-0. South looks to answer. Spartans on the run. But the ball pops loose and right into the hands of Antonion Williams. He takes it all the way back for a Stars touchdown. Now 15-0 North. Still first quarter, North in scoring position. Bradley Dockery's got time, and Dockery finds a wide-open Caden Hayner. The Stars now lead 22-0 with 6 minutes still to go in the first quarter. And North is not done. Still first quarter, Dockery with the handoff to Michael Lencioni. He swings to the outside and takes it down the far sideline, 45 yards to the house, 29-0 Stars. In the very start of the second quarter, Stars remain in control. Dockery goes deep to Lencioni. Now a 75-yard touchdown for the duo. North goes on to shut out South 57-0, remaining undefeated in Mountain League play. Next up West, a win against them, and the Stars are Mountain League champs.
It's going to take another great game. I mean, we really have to prepare, and we talked about it with the boys coming on Monday with goals in mind, just trying to get a little bit better every single week and finish the season strong. That's our motto this year, is finish strong, and if we can do that, then I think we'll have a lot of momentum heading into the playoffs.
Now it's time for a league championship game next week against West. It's going to be a really good game. We just have to come out, compete, and do what we did tonight.
Bradley Dockery right there with 2 touchdown passes. Robert Rodriguez and Jackson Leibel, 2 touchdowns apiece on the ground. Mike Lencioni, touchdown run and a touchdown catch. North will host West. South is home to Tehachapi.
Well, the Foothill Trojans know they hold the inside track to the Horizon League Championship. A Trojan team which has put up more than 30 points in each of the last 3 games, but this week's game against Arvin was all about the defense. Trojans leading at the half, and that Trojans defense stepping up in a big way, like this. Cash McAfee, the near interception. Oh, he wanted that one. He might get one later. Deep ball coming up here. Watch Isaiah Daniels knock this one down. You know Arvin loves to go deep. They love to throw to Xavier Brooks, number 1 right there. And watch again, as it's going to be Isaiah Daniels swatting it away one more time. They're going to catch one soon, and they do. Cash McAfee, the interception, and going the other way. In fact, he takes it all the way for a touchdown. However, the touchdown was called back. The interception stood. Now a little bit of offense from the Trojans. Ismael Ramirez at the controls, and he throws to Isaiah Daniels, who can catch on both sides of the ball, right? Nice grab right there. Andrew Trevino goes in for the touchdown. 24-7, Foothill on top. That Foothill defense, too strong as the Trojans improved to 3-0 in league play. More defense right here as they win by a final of 24-7.
We were in the same position last year at 2-0, and we finished up losing the last 2 games of the season. We got over that hump, and we at least got a piece of the title, but we're not going to be satisfied with that. We want the whole thing, so it's going to be fun next week. These boys, they got their eye on the prize.
All right, Andrew Trevino with over 100 yards rushing. Ismael Ramirez, a TD pass. Cash McAfee and Ulysses Vargas each with an interception. Foothill will host Golden Valley. Arvin is home to Miramonte. Time for our first break. Coming up, we're all over the South Sequoia League as we make stops at Chavez, Delano, and Kennedy. Quick reminder, follow us on X and Instagram at Hometown BAK, scoring updates and highlights posted there. You can also catch this full episode of Hometown Sports on YouTube at Bakersfield Now. Hometown Sports will be right back.
Hey, hometown! Let's go! Hey, hometown, that's a first down.
Hey, hometown! It's our team outside of
And welcome back to Hometown Sports. The Shafter Generals did not play their A game, but they didn't fall into a trap in what amounted to be a trap game at Chavez. With rival Wasco looming just a week ahead and everything at stake in that game, league title, top seed in the Division III playoffs, none of that would come into play if they didn't take care of Chavez first. Let's take you out to Delano and Chavez High School. Wind blowing just a little bit. The Generals first play from scrimmage. The wind wasn't bothering this one. Ezekiel Osborne up top to Alex Reyna. Pitch and catch, 69 yards, 7-0 Shafter on top. Very next possession, same combination. Osborne, Reyna, 53 yards, 14-0 Shafter on top. Later in the first quarter, Osborne swing past Adrian Garcia. Watch him read his blockers and swerve and move, and that guy's going the wrong direction. Big game. And that would set up this touchdown run by Marion Sloan. The Boise State-bound running back makes it 21-0, and the Generals clearly in command. Still first quarter, it's Sloan again, this time from 35 yards out. The polite stiff arm, 28-0 after one quarter. And then the Generals back in the red zone. Osborne a dart to Jordan Duarte. Welcome back, 35-0. A word about the defense. Nick Rossetti, Uriah Salcido leading the charge right there. And just before the half, Osborne to Marion Sloan. Deep ball, caught. And then he takes it in. 42-0 at the half. Third quarter, more of the same. Simple swing pass turns into something much bigger because that's Marion Sloan. 49-0, Shafter on top. And then some defense. Robert Aguirre with the quarterback sack. It's the icing on the cake. Shafter rolls 56-0. Next up, rival Wasco with the SSL title on the line.
I think it's been a long time since the Shafter-Wasco game has been. Probably you're going back to the 70s and 80s where it was actually determining about a league championship. So it's kind of a big deal.
I'm just excited, man. I think both schools do a great job with how it's ran as a whole. And it's just a great experience for not even as a football player, but as a high schooler. It's probably the best experience I'd say anybody gets in high school.
I mean, it's going to be a gritty game, you know. It's going to be crazy atmosphere, you know. Team's energy is going to be way up, way through the roof. So the game's definitely going to be elevated like 100% more.
It's against Wasco, so, you know, every game against Wasco is always mean and dirty and fun. It's also fun because the atmosphere and all the internet stuff. And everything going around, and you know, I just can't wait for it.
Hey guys, this is the thing. You're playing for a league title, okay, and you're playing for the #1 seed. Like we talked about, this is home playoff games through the entirety of the Division III playoffs. There's a lot at stake at this. Okay, not only that, all the bragging rights and everything else.
All right, so Shafter passing game was on display. Ezekiel Osborne, 5 TDs. Marion Sloan had 2 TDs on the ground, 2 through the air. Alex Reyna, those 2 TD catchers. And again, Shafter will host Wasco, and Chavez is home to Kennedy.
Heading into week 10 of action, and it seems like Wasco just can't be stopped. Undefeated in South Sequoia League play, this trip to Delano is the last test before the heavyweight bout against Shafter on Halloween night that we've been talking a lot about. Take you right to the first quarter. Javen Hernandez, handoff to Hammy Lopez. He works his way through defenders and into the end zone. Extra point is no good. Wasco on the board 6-0, less than 2 minutes into the action. Still first quarter, Tigers now up 14-0. Javen Hernandez with the quarterback keeper. He runs into trouble and decides, I'll go the other way. Down the near sideline and in for another Wasco touchdown, makes it 21-0 Tigers. Now early second quarter, Wasco continues to lay it on thick. Javen Hernandez goes deep to Moroni Carranza. Huge touchdown connection and another big touchdown for the Tigers. It's 28-0. Still second quarter. Now 35-0 Wasco. The Tigers in their own end zone. Javen Hernandez pitches it to Hammy Lopez, and Lopez breaks free. And once he gets going, no one can stop him. He takes it from one end of the field to the other. 100-yard touchdown for Hammy Lopez, and that makes it 42-0 Wasco. And with the running clock in the second, that's the final. Now Wasco looks towards the league title, but they'll have a battle against Shafter for that crown.
It's always a big game. It's probably the biggest game on the calendar circled at the start. But because it's for a league title, it means more this year. They're an extremely good football team. Coach Perucci does a good job over there, and you know, we're just got to have a good week of practice, and it should be a good one.
Big game. Honestly, we're gonna have to be putting in extra work. Like we said, if we want to be a champion, we're gonna do what champions do, and you know that's what we're gonna do.
You got any message you want to send over to Shafter?
Just be prepared for us.
Barrera with 26 carries, 135 yards. Hammy Lopez, 172 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Javen Hernandez, 2 touchdown passes. Moroni Carranza, a touchdown catch. Joel Nunez, 4 quarterback sacks. Wasco meets rival Shafter with the South Sequoia League title on the line. Delano travels to Taft.
All right, meanwhile, wrapping up the South Sequoia League, Kennedy had lost back-to-back games. Doesn't happen often to Mario Millon's team. This week, hosting Taft, trying to get healthy, trying to get things ready for the playoffs. Let's get you out there to Kennedy High School. The T-Birds take the field. 7-0 Kennedy at this point, and they kick to Joe Weber, and he can scoot. Weber working his way against the grain, out-racing everyone, 95 yards for the touchdown, and we are tied at 7 apiece. This, by the way, was a game of explosion plays, like Christian Hernandez. Gets into another gear right there. Chasing down the official, the back stretch going, I got to get out of the way. 75 yards, it's 14-7. Next Kennedy possession, Jordan Palomo to Yoshi Tanaka, it's 21-7. The Kennedy defense in the act as well. Espen Cantu, that's right, ESPN. Espen Cantu, 67-yard interception return, 28-7. Big play after big play after big play. Give it to Jamison Membreve. Remember him? Oh, yeah. And he's going to go 54 yards. It's 35-7. Wildcats counter. Chris Bethel. They had a few explosion plays. 60 yards up top to guess who? Joe Weber, 35-14. Kennedy defense steps up again, though. Ball is loose. Jorge Avila, scoop and score, 49-14. Oh, that's just halftime. Here we go, a trifecta for Joe Weber. The handoff, breaks a tackle, and another, and then the wheels. 85 yards for the score, 49-21. Go, Joe, go. But Nahir Dozier, the final touch. Kennedy rolls in this one by a final of 63-21.
It was a matter of us getting back to a winning situation, getting guys healthy. Being injured for a couple of weeks, we wanted to make sure that our guys are going to be ready to go for the next couple of weeks. So right now we're looking at just ascending and making sure that we get better and better every week so when we get to the playoffs. Number one, we're healthy, and then number two, we're feeling really good about where we are.
So Joe Weber had those 3 TDs, a kick return, a TD catch, a TD run. Kennedy, J.C. McCollum, Jamison Membreve, Christian Hernandez leading the run game. Kennedy at Chavez, and Taft will host Delano. Coming up on Hometown Sports, we're moving to the River League as Liberty and Garces tangle in a shootout, plus stops at Centennial, and a road trip for Frontier. Hometown focus, we got BC, the Hamburglar at Bakersfield College, Highland getting ready for their tilt, South High Cheerleaders, and the North High Stars as well. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports with Frontier owning a tiebreaker over both Liberty and Garces in the River League race. The Patriots and Rams playing for second place, although it is possible if the winner of this game wins again next week and Frontier does lose to Centennial, they would officially have a share of the league title. So a lot to play for. Let's get you out to Liberty. The Pats take the field. First possession. Elmo Witten busted up the middle, ripping off a big gain. That was a sign of things to come for Elmo. He had a big night. Pats in the red zone. Brogan Witcher in for the touchdown. His second starter quarterback, 7-0. The Rams respond. Driving the field, Mark Gomez finds Braxton Shirley, 7-7. Gomez only threw 60 passes, by the way, for 458 yards. Crazy. In fact, here's the second hookup with Shirley. 14-7, Rams on top. But one play after the kickoff, Brogan Witcher dumps it off to Elmo Witten, and he is just going to separate and go the distance. They almost get him, or maybe that was later in the game. Tied at 14. Samuel Gonzalez, the field goal at 17-14 as two teams went in the locker room. They had a heck of a halftime show, by the way. Yeah, they did some good stuff. Let's go to the third quarter. It's 20-14 Rams, and the Pats to pass. And this thing is sniffed out by Brock Kleitz, and that puts the Rams in great position. But the Pats defense getting tough. You know when you tackle somebody into the kicking net, you mean business. And then the big play right here. Because remember, they're going in for a lead. And Max Bolin with the interception. Huge play. In fact, the very next play caught us by surprise because we'll show you Carter Hansen already in progress. Long distance touchdown. Liberty on top, 21-20. Pat's next possession. Elmo Witten, hello and goodbye. 45 yards. The last 5 were tough, but he got in there. 28-20. Fourth quarter, it's now 35-27. Two teams traded touchdowns. Dennis Perry with a nice run. Fresh bodies in there, and Dennis Perry finishes the drive. Liberty wins a wild one, 42-27.
Our guys, we had such a grind over schedule, but it's no excuse, but we built a lot of character out of that. And, for us, we're going to work for every day we can to be together. So we're just going to keep going, keep working.
All right, so again, Mark Gomez goes for 465 passing. Braxton Shirley, Trayson Wallace each his main targets. Liberty, Elmo Witten, big game on the ground. Sophomore Carter Hansen, that long TD run. Bryce Hansen and Max Bolin with key interceptions. Liberty will be at Stockdale. Garces stepping out of league to take on unbeaten BCHS.
Well, continuing in River League, as both Centennial and Stockdale are looking for their first win in River League play. Centennial heading out of the tunnel, ready for another River League matchup, this one against Stockdale. As I mentioned, second quarter, no score. Golden Hawks driving. Jet Santiago fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, takes it in for the 30 yards for the first down. and then some. Now in the red zone, Santiago hands it off to Mikel Iturrira. Touchdown Centennial, Golden Hawks on the board first, 7-0. Still second quarter, Centennial back in scoring position. Jet Santiago again to Mikel Iturrira. And he stopped just short at the 1 yard line, but they would get it done the next play, 14-0 Golden Hawks. And Centennial is not letting up. Jet Santiago drops back, deep ball to a wide open Brady Prey, 65-yard touchdown. Centennial now leads 21-0 in the second. And just seconds left in the half. Jet Santiago looking for an open man, and he finds Isaiah Ramirez. Another touchdown for the G-Hawks makes it 28-0 at the half. Centennial goes on to shut out Stockdale 51-0. The Golden Hawks now 1-2 in River League play. Next week, Centennial travels to Frontier. Stockdale will host Liberty.
All right, well, the River League leading Frontier Titans stepping out of league play to travel to Highland. The Titans picking up some momentum similar to what they did last year on their way to a state championship run. This game all about staying healthy. Not everyone, by the way, can wear a kilt, nor should everyone wear a kilt. None of those people. I'm just saying people in general. Titans strike first. Talon Mather. Touchdown run, 7-0 Frontier on top. Later in the first quarter, we're going to the airwaves. Brady Campbell had a big night. This one to Malcolm Watkins. Behind the secondary, touchdown, 14-0 Titans. Second quarter now, it's 14-7. Campbell to Watkins again, who breaks free here from about 3 green shirts there in track speed, 21-7. Then the Titans found themselves back in the red zone again just before the half. Good look at Malcolm right there. And Campbell's going to fire to Adam Taylor. The slant in, the catch, 27-7. Under a minute to play in the half. David Farrow going to Randy Davenport Jr. right there. RJ, nice run right there. And then David Farrow to Frank Ibarra, 27-13. And that is your score at the half. Scott showing signs of life, if you will. Little ones right there. Third quarter, Talon Mather sighting again. He started the scoring. Why not this one? Nice blocking. In for the touchdown as he wins the foot race, 34-13. Fourth quarter, Brady Campbell, watch the screen pass here to Michael Hanks Jr. And Michael can scoot. Oh my goodness. Leaving him in the dust, it's 41-13. Scott's due mount a drive. Let's run right here, picking up some first down yardage. And then Farrow to Julian Jackson for the touchdown. Too little, too late. Frontier rolls in this one, 41-20.
It's a rivalry game, you know. It's a big game, salute to service game, and a senior night for a lot of seniors, and a chance to win a league championship. So we got to be ready to go and have a intensity like it's a playoff game.
All right, so Brady Campbell, 4 TD passes. Malcolm Watkins, 2 TD catches. Talon Mather, 133 yards and 2 scores. Josh Miller, by the way, 14 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback sacks. Frontier will host Centennial. Highland is home to Ridgeview. Time for yet another break. Coming up, we're heading to East and Golden Valley. We'll be right back.
Hey on time, this is the Delano marching band. Hey on time, let's go Hey on time, go Miramonte.
Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Another crosstown rivalry game in Week 10 as West pays a visit to East. A West win tonight, and they are one step closer to a chance at the Mountain League title. And it's pink out night at East as the Blades take on West, as I mentioned, crosstown rivalry. Both teams hoping to raise the plaque by the end of the night. First quarter, no score. Solomon Harris hands it off to Jamar Price, and Price will not be denied. Touchdown West, 7-0 Vikings. About a minute later, East got an answer. Maximus Hall to Mason Manabat, and he hits the Jets and takes it into the end zone. And just like that, East ties things up at 7. Later in the first, East punting, a high snap, and West has got prime field position deep in East territory. And West makes the most of it. Harris fakes the pass and keeps it. 40-yard touchdown run for Solomon Harris. West leads 14-7 heading into the second quarter. East looking to even things up again, but the ball is stripped here, and Diego Teo recovers it, and West has got another opportunity. Solomon Harris fakes the handoff, takes it down the far sideline. Another big touchdown run for Solomon Harris, and the Vikings now lead 21-7. Still in the second quarter, Harris with a lateral pass here to Jamar Price, and he works his way past the defender. He just cannot be stopped. Huge touchdown for the Vikings. West up 28-7, and East looking to get back in it. But West defense stands tall. A sack by Sebastian Avila shuts down the Blades' drive, and West leads 28-7 at halftime. Early third quarter, West looking for more. Solomon Harris fakes the quarterback keeper and launches this one downfield to Deontay Butler. Big touchdown connection. West strengthens their lead now 36-7. Still in the third quarter, and West defense continues to be a problem. Victor Burnell putting in the pressure, and Ruben Hernandez with the big sack to stop the Blades in their tracks once again. Still in the third, Deontay Butler again with the carry. Butler just pushing defenders out of his way until he is brought down inside of the 5, and it's Carlos Real that finishes the job. And just like that, West takes home the plaque and wins this one 43-13. Now their sights are set on their next mission, North High, as the Mountain League title is still up for grabs.
Wow, I mean, I haven't really thought about it to the extent that we just got to have everybody at practice and practice hard. Ultimate goal is just to compete every play. Looking forward to the challenge. They're a great team. We'll break it all down this weekend, and we'll go from there on Monday.
It's going to be a dogfight, competing for something bigger than this. It's going to be a great battle.
Jamar Price and Solomon Harris, 2 touchdowns apiece. Next week, West at North in a big Mountain League game, and East will host Del Oro.
Well, Tehachapi and Golden Valley meeting in a non-league game, each team knowing that next week the stakes are much higher. Tehachapi, with a little help, can get a piece of the Mountain League title, a title they have owned the last 3 seasons, by the way. Golden Valley, with the win at Foothill, they would share the Horizon League title. But that's next week. Bulldogs in an early hole as they come out for the second half in this one. Early third quarter, Roland Pena is going to go far sideline. And it looks like he is gone after he dodges one defender. And that one as well. But right there he learns that whistle. He stepped out of bounds. So Colton Michael, Thaddeus Dyer. See it week in, week out. 27-0 Warriors after that connection. Later third quarter, Cesar Vasquez picking up some yardage for the Bulldogs. When in doubt, go to Cesar. And then later in the drive, Vasquez into the end zone, 27-7. Fourth quarter, Warriors back in the red zone. Mason Rothermel breaks one tackle and then goes in. It's 34-7. How about another visit to the red zone and another Rothermel? This time, Colton Michael fires to Connor Rothermel to make it 41-7 in favor of Tehachapi. And the Warriors' defense was stout all night long, chasing down the quarterback. Warriors win 41-7.
Felt good. It was the first consecutive wins we've had all year, so we've been back and forth between wins and losses, so it always feels good to stack success and carry some momentum into next week.
All right, so once again, your final 41-7. Colton Michael had those 4 TD passes. Roland Pena over 100 yards rushing. Tyler Lombardi with 10 tackles as well. Time for another break. Coming up, the Miramonte Lions take aim at Del Oro. We have the highlights just ahead. And remember to follow us on X and Instagram at Hometown BAK and on YouTube at BakersfieldNow. Hometown Sports will be right back. But first, some shots from Chavez, and it was a pink out night as well. Don't believe me? Check that out. And then, of course, the officials doing Labubu style. Yeah, that's right. Officials with Labubus. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Greg Kerr alongside Emily Lawson. You know, the Miramonte Lions still have a pathway to a piece of a Horizon League title. They need help, like a Golden Valley win over Foothill, and, of course, a win at Arvin next week. But first things first, senior night against Del Oro. The Lions take the field for this one, and here we go. Nathan Gonzalez, who's been playing quarterback of late as well. Usual running back, throws one to Corday Fulmer. Corday gets away from the defenders, goes 70 yards all the way down to the 1-yard line. And that would set up Gonzalez, the running back now. In for the score. It's 7-0 Miramonte. Del Oro's first possession. That's a backwards pass. That's a live ball. And it's a scramble. The Lions think they have it. Question is, do they? The officials come in to sort of separate and see who's got it. And indeed, they make the call. It is Miramonte ball. So here we go. Gonzalez dumping one off to Corday Fulmer. That's a 1-2 punch. He bounces to the outside and goes in for the score. 15-0 Lions on top. Meanwhile, the Del Oro offense, a little celebration there, like a campfire or something. Del Oro offense, nowhere to go, and they would give up the ball on downs. So moments later, Nathan Gonzalez carrying defenders with him inside the 5-yard line. Second quarter, same drive, same guy. Gonzalez bouncing to the outside. It's 23-0 Miramonte on top. The Lions defense taking it from there. Watch Daniel Miranda with the tackle for loss. And then the Suns go to the air, but Cyrus Harper's back there patrolling the secondary, makes the interception. And this one is all Miramonte as they go on to win by a final of 35-0. Nate Gonzalez through the air and on the ground. Fulmer with over 100 yards receiving. Miramonte, by the way, will be at Arvin, and Del Oro stepping out of league play. They will be at East. Couple other scores. Malachi Davis, 3 TD passes. Julian Barajas, 125 yards receiving. And Daniel Ramos, 12 tackles. Still not enough, losing on the road 41-21. And Kern Valley taking down Cal City by a final of 49-0. Time for another break. BC football is straight ahead, plus our players of the week. We'll be right back. Excitement at the big game between North and South, senior night at Ridgeview. The pack is out. We've also got pink out night at Chavez. Hometown Sports will be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. And let's just say that's more like it. Every single misfortune that the BC Renegades have had this season, a pick here, a fumble there, scoop and score, whatever, has turned in their favor this week against East LA. And the Gades were only too happy to see the points pile up. Show you the Gades taking the field. Final home game, or second last home game. They're home against Orange Coast next week. Make an early statement. Richard Goodman stepping in front of that pass. 48 yards for the score. 7-0 Gades on top. Later first quarter. Defense coming in for the sack. There was a lot of that as well. Second quarter, it's 14-7. And this ball put on the ground. Sungbae Jinyu picks it up. Frontier product goes into the end zone. 21-7. Just over a minute later, Richard Goodman have a day. Well, first let's pose. Thank you very much, guys. There you go. Richard Goodman have a day. This pass, ill-advised and oh so easy to pick off. His second pick six, 28-7. Just over 4 minutes to play in the half. Isaac Jernigan taking his turn with a touchdown run. That's right, the offense getting into the act. 35-7. Halftime, these kids say, let me put on a uniform and play these guys. Fourth quarter, J. Daniel Nettles in for the score. Oh, did the Gades steamroll them? Yes, they did. Beating East LA by a final of 61-7. The Gades will now host Orange Coast next Saturday. Look at the rushing numbers down there. They had 400 yards rushing of their 443 total yards. And again, Orange Coast comes in next Saturday, and again, it will be their final home game. Well, it's time for our Players of the Week, sponsored by Brimhall Dental Group, committed to providing quality dental care to you and your family. Our Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week, Garces quarterback Mark Gomez. He threw the ball 60 times, so he might have to go in for some repair on the arm or something. He completed 37 of those passes for 465 yards and 2 scores, all of it in a losing cause, but Gomez putting up some impressive numbers. Mark Gomez of Garces is our Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week.
And our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week is Josh Miller of Frontier. Miller with 14 tackles, 5 of those tackles for loss, and 2 quarterback sacks. Josh Miller of Frontier is our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week, Joe Weber of Taft High. The Wildcat star returning this kickoff against Kennedy, 95 yards for a touchdown. Joe Weber, who also caught a TD pass, ran a TD in as well, is our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week. All right, coming up, game-saving play, our Athlete of the Week, and of course, our youth football. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Once again, Greg Kerr alongside Emily Lawson. It's time for our game-saving play. It's brought to you by Mather Brothers Ice and Water, keeping Bakersfield hydrated. It wasn't the end of the game type of thing, but it was big. Liberty was trailing Garces. Garces was going in the red zone looking for more. Max Bolin with this huge interception, which would actually lead to the go-ahead touchdown for Liberty, as Liberty would go on to win by a final of 42-27. He's happy. Max Bolin of Liberty with our Mather Brothers Ice and Water game-saving play of the week.
Now to this week's Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Greg's Petroleum Service, your dependable partner for fuel and lubricants. This week's Athlete of the Week is Michael Smith from BCHS. 4 catches for 167 yards. That's a whopping 42 yards per catch. Good for 3 touchdowns. His longest touchdown catch, 62 yards. Michael Smith of BCHS is our Greg's Petroleum Service Athlete of the Week.
Good job by Michael. Meanwhile, our youth football is brought to you by Golden Empire Youth Football. This week, opening round of the playoffs. First round buys for some teams, but not the Wildcatters and Rays JVs. Golden Empire Youth tackle football in cheer, competitive excellence. Wildcatters and Suns JVs, they met earlier this year. The Suns won the game 20-19. Or excuse me, the Rays, not the Suns, the Rays. But they are the Del Oro side of town. Meanwhile, Aiden Gonzalez running here for a touchdown. Game tied 7-7. The Rays get into the end zone. Rays on the move again. Damian Ramirez is going to win the race to the pylon in a 13-7 lead. And now for some defense. Damian Ramirez, the tackle for loss right there. Get him low. And in the fourth quarter, time running out, it's 13-7 Rays. Wildcatters had one final shot. This deep ball intercepted by Damian Ramirez. And he didn't just intercept it, he took it all the way back for the score. And the Rays advance as they go on to win by a final of 19-7. All right, coming up, our exciting play of the week, our hits, and of course, our scholar of the week. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Now for our exciting play of the week, brought to you by Stockdale Podiatry Group. We treat your feet. This week's exciting play, North at South, and this set the tone for a big night for the Stars. Antonion Williams right there, catching that fumble mid-air and taking it all the way for a touchdown. The Stars would go on to win 57-0. Antonion Williams of North with our Stockdale Podiatry exciting play of the week.
All right, time now for our hits of the week, brought to you by Raymond's Trophies and Awards. An award is much more than a trophy, it's a memory. Let the hits begin. We're going to start with youth football, the Wildcatters and Rays JV, and that Aiden Gonzalez with this, just running people over right there. Look at Aiden Gonzalez of the Rays JV. Next up, let's go to this guy. Oh, wait, it's Aiden Gonzalez of the Rays, the big hitter in the backfield. He's loving it right there. Look at Aiden Gonzalez of the Rays JV youth football team. Next up, Frontier at Highland, and our defensive player of the week, Josh Miller. Nice stick right there. Through all that traffic, knocking the quarterback back. That is Josh Miller of Frontier. BHS at Ridgeview. The kick return coming up right here. And Wyatt Bassett bouncing people around, knocking the return man into the next county. Why not Wyatt? Wyatt Bassett of BHS. This week's winner, Armandez Bati of Chavez. Look at this. Oh my. Truck the defender right there. Running straight up. We got 2 angles because we liked it so much. Knocking things down, plowing down the defender. Armandez Bati of Chavez is our Raymond's Trophies and Award Hitman of the Week. All right, now for our Scholar of the Week, brought to you by Accelerated Urgent Care. Feel better, faster from anywhere. This week's Scholar of the Week comes from Ridgeview. He is number 11, E.J. Ellis Moya. GPA of 3.8, and he wants to major in either kinesiology or communications or stretching over the goal line for a touchdown. He's looking at schools like Texas State University, San Jose State, Northwestern Missouri as well. Also plays basketball, baseball, and track. Favorite food? Tacos. Favorite TV show is Dexter.
I've actually watched this TV show.
Have
Usually
you?
we haven't seen it, but I've seen this one.
Favorite music is R&B. One thing most people don't know about E.J. Ellis Moya, he used to act and had lead roles when he was younger, and he is a public address announcer for Ridgeview Baseball. E.J. Ellis Moya of Ridgeview is our Accelerated Urgent Care Scholar of the week. All right, good enough. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go over some standings, and then we'll break down predictions as well. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Before we jump into predictions, let's take a look at the current league standings with 1 week to go left in the regular season. Frontier, they're on the inside track. If they beat Centennial, they are league champions. Of course, Liberty is holding out hope they can get a share of it, but even then, Frontier would have the tiebreaker if you really want to, get really technical about it, because they did defeat Liberty head-to-head. But that is the story coming out of the River League. Meanwhile, moving over to the Valley League, it's done. BCHS has won again, and I think that's 9 years in a row. Their victory over Independence salted things away. Of course, the week before, they won on a last-second field goal over BHS. Moving to the Mountain League, North will face West. So obviously, if you look at the numbers, West can get a piece of the title with a win over North, and Tehachapi with the win over South would make it a three-way tie. Tehachapi's won the last 3 championships, but right now it is North's to have if they win over West High. And then we've got the Horizon League. Foothill will meet Golden Valley, the 2 top teams there. Of course, once again, if Golden Valley wins and Miramonte wins at Arvin, then you've got a 3-way tie. But Foothill at 3-0 can close things out with a victory at home against Golden Valley. And moving on to the South Sequoia League, it doesn't get any bigger than this. Shafter and Wasco, they're rivals to begin with, right? It's cats and dogs, and they're just miles apart. I don't know the last time they've both been undefeated in league play and have been this good, because they both only have 1 loss all season long. Shafter lost to St. Joe's, and Wasco lost on a 2-point conversion to Tulare Western. It's going to be a good one. Kennedy is going to be getting healthy. Watch out for them come playoff time as well. But Shafter Wasco, Halloween night in Shafter, come dressed as a fan. And then we will now turn to our predictions of some of those games and much more. So let's get things started right now. And let's start with the Thursday games. BCHS at home against Garces. I'm going with BCHS to stay undefeated.
Yes, I think BCHS will stay undefeated, though Garces has been playing incredibly this season.
They have, but 60 passes, boy, that's a lot. Got to ice that arm. Frontier's looking to close out league play. I think they will.
Yep, I agree.
All right, elsewhere, another Thursday game. Liberty at Stockdale. Liberty looking to finish strong, get to the playoffs, and make some hay with the new quarterback, Brogan Witcher. Del Oro East, another Thursday game. I'm going with East. You like Del Oro?
Yeah, I'm going with Del Oro. I think that they can get it done against East.
All right. And also, Wasco Shafter. I'm going with Wasco over Shafter. Like the vibe that's going on there, although Shafter looked really, really good the last couple weeks.
Shafter did look good. I will be honest with the people, though. We were in the office and we said we have to disagree on this game.
We have to split. But my late wife went to Wasco, Rose Queen 1980, hoorah. And so I'm going to go with Wasco right now. So
it's hard to pick for this game, though. It's going to be a good one.
All right, West against North. We're both going with North, but Solomon Harris is going to be a handful. I tell you what, you got to stop them.
And they diversified the ball really well this week, so it'll be interesting to see if they use that.
Yeah, Jamar Price got into the action. Golden Valley Foothill. Foothill trying to close things out. I do think they have enough to win that one. Independence BHS. That's going to be a good one as well. Paul Gola going back to BHS for the first time since he coached there. He's coached against them before, but it's always been BHS away. Tehachapi against South. Again, Tehachapi has something to play for here, because if they win, they could get a share of the league title if things break their way with Foothill losing to Golden Valley. Ridgeview Highland, 2 teams closing out the season. I liked Ridgeview's effort in their last game. They looked really, really good in a loss to BHS. They played hard. Kennedy is trying to get some momentum after back-to-back losses, and it's looking really good there for them as well. Miramonte against Arvin, and we've got a split there. You are going Miramonte, I'm going Arvin.
Yeah, I like Miramonte in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm going with the home field right there. I like that on that front. Delano against Taft, 2 teams closing out the season. Delano had a strong start, but they've sputtered ever since, but I think they got enough against Taft. And then we'll close things out with Bishop against Kern Valley. I think Bishop has too much, although that's a hell of that's a long trip. At Porterville, Menachie, that's a Thursday game. We're going to be there. Porterville is having a great season. Menachie just lost a big game just a week ago to Golden West. And BC, I think this is going to look a lot like last week against East LA. Coaches hate to hear that kind of stuff, but Orange Coast has had a rough season. So I'm going to go with BC to win this one as well. We're going to have a fantastic week next week because we're going to be talking Shafter Wasco and about 15 other games, plus youth football playoffs, plus the BC Renegades. Hope you can join us next Sunday at 6 o'clock on Fox 58. For Emily Lawson, I'm Greg Kerr, and for our director, Octavio Flores. Have a great night. We'll see you next Sunday on Hometown Sports.
Hometown Sports was sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Alpha Technology and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Valley Strong Credit Union, and 5-0 Driving School.